Hello everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to make a chaga mushroom tea. And if you've never heard about chaga, then where have you been? It's a medicinal mushroom that has a lot of health benefits and that's been gaining a lot of popularity recently. And yeah, so I'll show you how to make the tea first because it's not difficult, but it's not really straightforward either. And then I'll talk a little bit about the health benefits of chaga. So this is what chaga mushroom powder looks like. And just to be sure, this is the ground mushroom, because there are also mushroom extract powders on the market that are, that you can take as supplements, but this is different. This is really the actual mushroom just ground very finely. And so chaga is like, doesn't look like a normal mushroom. It looks like a growth kind of that it grows on birch trees. And it's native in Siberia and in Finland. And so, yeah, that is that. So it's actually really hard to ground the chaga yourself. So it's best to buy pre-ground chaga powder already. And yeah, I got mine from Amazon. And it's here. It's dried and grinded from Siberia. And if you can get a powder that's been collected in the wild, that's obviously the best. So there are several different ways of making chaga mushroom tea, and it seems like people have different opinions on what the right way to do it is. But I'll show you how I've been doing it. And I basically, initially, when I first came across chaga, I just Googled it and I found some guy's website who seemed to know a lot about mushrooms. And then I just went for what he said. And then meanwhile, I've kind of bought a few books as well. So I really like this book that I can recommend. And so the ratio that's been suggested is 1 tablespoon of chaga powder to 3 3/4 cups of water. I don't know, I take 4. So I'm gonna make a big pot today. So I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of mushroom powder and 8 cups of water. I'm really sorry for how terrible the pot looks, but I make tea in it all the time and it doesn't get clean anymore, so apologies for that. So then you bring it to a boil and then you let it simmer for up to 24 hours. But after an hour, it's already good to drink. But apparently the longer you let it simmer, the more potent it will become. And you shouldn't put a lid on it, so you should just leave it open. And then obviously some of the water will evaporate, and then you can kind of keep topping it up a little bit, so it should kind of keep the same level throughout. Yeah, so I usually leave it for 4 hours. I don't know why, that's just, I don't know, my compromise time that I've come up with. 4 hours is what I do, so that's what I'm gonna do. So there are 2 books that I've read about chaga, well, this book is really only about chaga by David Wolf, and this book is a general book on all sorts of mushrooms and the health benefits, and this one also has quite a lot of recipes, so kind of half of the book is recipes. This one is more information, to be honest. Also has some recipes, but the focus here is really on chaga, the history, where it comes from, how it works, how it heals, the benefits, that kind of stuff. And yeah, I can really recommend both books. This is like, if you don't want to go too deep, if you're looking for like short overview on medicinal or healing mushrooms, and yeah, it kind of talks about the most famous healing mushrooms, and yeah, has a lot of recipes. And this one, if you're only interested in chaga, or maybe you've read about the other mushrooms before, if you want to go deep on chaga, then I can really recommend this book. It's pretty cool. One of the amazing things about chaga is what a high rate of antioxidants it has. So this is out of the Healing Mushroom book, for example. So you can see, for example, acai, we always think is something that's really high in antioxidants, and it is, but still compared to chaga, it's actually not a lot. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why chaga has so many health benefits, because it's full of antioxidants. And this is what chaga looks like. So like I said before, it grows on birch trees. And here is another picture that maybe shows it a little better. So this is what David Wolf has to say about chaga. So one of the main benefits of chaga is that it's an adaptogen. That means it puts things back in balance that are out of balance in your body for various reasons, maybe for environmental reasons or stress or whatever. And then one second big thing is that chaga apparently really helps with cancer, helps fighting cancer and tumors. It's also supposed to be really good for the gastrointestinal tract, and just a general longevity tonic. Yeah, what's not to like? So it's been 4 hours now, and it's ready. So you can see it's like really dark, almost like a coffee. And I'm gonna have a cup of chaga tea. So usually the powder kind of goes all the way to the bottom, so you don't actually need a sieve, only at the very end. So I've now let the chaga tea cool down, and I've sifted and put it in some bottles, and I will keep that in the fridge for a couple of days. So I usually have like 1 or 2 cups of tea a day, and I just warm it up or I add hot water. And just so you know, so this is the leftovers of the chaga powder, and you can use it several times. So usually I will keep this in the fridge as well, and then make a new batch of tea with this at least once. I've done it twice before, and it was still okay. And I also read that you actually shouldn't throw this away, but you can put it under smoothies and stuff as well. I haven't tried that yet, so I've actually always thrown it away. And but this time, after the last tea batch, I think I will try and put it under a smoothie and see how I like it. Yeah, and as of how much chaga tea you can drink a day, I don't think you can overdose, to be honest. So like I said, I have 1 to 2 cups a day, but I've had way more as well, so I haven't felt any adverse effects of drinking chaga tea. So yeah, but I think as with everything, like it would be really good if you drink it long term, you know, like over maybe a month or something, every day 1 or 2 cups, or even longer. So I prefer to drink less during the day, but more frequently. Yeah, that is that. So this is how I make my chaga tea. I hope this video was interesting for you, and maybe you will even give chaga tea a try yourself. I can really, really recommend it. So many health benefits, and it's so easy in the end. So yeah, maybe replace 1 cup of coffee a day with 1 cup of chaga tea. That will be really good for you, I think. Okay, have a nice day. Bye-bye.